Hello, welcome back to Botanical Woman. Are you one of the few lucky folks that got a ZZ Raven from Costa Farms recently? Well, me too. And it came with a little cute instruction card. But I like to do a little research on all my plants, so I thought I'd share it with you. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you want to grow along with us. Kamsahamnida! ZZ Raven is a mutation discovered in 2006 in Korea. Such a cool plant. The new leaves are green and it turns black as it ages. The ZZ Raven is also known as the Zamioculcas dowan, which is named after a Korean man and is patented, which is why propagation is prohibited. You can propagate this plant by leaf cutting or division. Fun fact, it's an aroid because it grows a spadix just like a peace lily when it's happy. But you'll have to wait until it's a mature plant before it will flower. One of the most important questions I like to ask myself is, where is the origin of your plant? Understanding its natural habitat will help you care for your new plantee. While the ZZ Raven is a mutation of the Zamioculcas, zamiifolia, sorry, I'm trying to learn Latin here, the normal green ZZ plant, you can safely assume that the mutation will thrive under the same conditions as its sister, which is native to the dry grasslands and forests in Eastern Africa, where the climate is tropical with an average temperature of 75 degrees Fahrenheit and has generally high humidity. With that in mind, Costa Farms recommends that the plant gets low to high light. I guess you can interpret this as you can keep it in any light conditions and it will do okay. So while it won't die in low light, I want mine to thrive. So I'll be placing it under the bright indirect light under these LEDs. But if you have an east-facing window with morning sun and afternoon shade, that would be the most ideal. Watering really depends on your environment. If you are not going to repot it into a different medium, I would follow the Costa Farms instructions to water when the top inch of the soil is dry. The medium that the plant is potted in is peat-based, which is very common for Costa Farm tropical plants. Peat is great as it has high water retention, which means that it can sit on the shelf longer without needing to be watered, which can be great for you too, but you'll need to monitor it closely. I'm not going to repot this plant. I usually don't, because 1, I'm lazy, and 2, why disturb it if I don't need to? If you prefer otherwise, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below so we can learn from one another. Be sure to poke before you pour, because you can overwater this plant. The succulent rhizome stores water and can rot if it's kept too moist. If you do want to repot this plant, your basic tropical mix should be fine. Something well draining and holds moisture. Check out my potting mix video if you want my recipe. And remember that this plant is drought tolerant, so don't be afraid to increase the drainage. Fun fact, I read that it can survive 4 months without watering. That's pretty impressive. Since it's from a tropical area where average temperatures are above 75 degrees Fahrenheit, it's going to want to be in a warm spot. And for most of our homes, this really shouldn't be an issue. Also, according to the patent paper, it thrives at 70 degrees or above, which is in line with the climate of Eastern Africa. I really wouldn't expose this plant to anything less than 65 degrees, even though they recommend 50 or above. You can keep this plant in a warm to hot area. Fertilization, 6 months. I don't know for certain, but I think that's because the slow release they put in expires after 6 months. I like to go by the rule that if the plant is growing, fertilize, and less is more. I'd like to hear your thoughts on how you like to fertilize your plants in the comments below. The label says that it's a slow grower, while the patent paper, in quotes, vigorous, prolific production of new leaves emerging from underground stems. I guess we'll find out who's correct. It has the potential to reach 3 feet tall, which is a good size because I'm running out of space. If you can't get one locally, you can buy one directly from Costa Farms on Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below, along with the links to the references I've used in this video. I hope you found this helpful. Until next time, happy growing.